were saying about how like 80% of what we have in our surroundings is clutter. And I know this because I have moved in the last 4 years. I lived in 10 houses, 5 cities, 2 countries. And I know that it's just like every time I had to pack, I was like, why am I packing again all of these things? So sometimes I will move from house to house with my boxes completely unpacked, right? I discovered that we just have to learn to let go and trust. That's the main thing. Many of that clutter that we have in our houses are because we don't trust that we're gonna have enough later on. We have the questions, what if I need it? What if this, right? And for me today, I want to leave you just with one thing. Just go into your closet. And ladies, we're so good at having like way too many clothes. But go into our closets because I believe it's a habit of us. It's a habit that we have to create where we go and look and check, try it on and see, is this really bring me joy? Going even farther to see, well, is this clothes, is this item that I'm wearing right now representing who I am right now, who I am today? Because if you're listening to this, that means that you like and you love to grow. You like to become a better version of yourself every day. And if that is true, then you're not the same as last year. Your life has completely transformed from last year because you have grown. And therefore, your clothes have to represent that new you. Is it representing it? So, Janet, just tell us. I know we just jump into it right away. What can we do to our souls to bring that time back?
That's a really good question. So I think a lot of the audiences here are really heart-centered women who have a lot on their plate and often are overscheduled and love to give to their family and the community and their clients if they're entrepreneurs and if they're working for somebody else to their company. And they have a lot on their load. And like you said before, what is something that really represents them? And like we both have a very common thread is helping people to become happy and helping them save more time in the process. And I guess to your question, something to think about is to lighten the load to their surroundings. So to help people to get to their own version of what I call life happiness, I use the system called the life habits system. And using sustainable habits, we help them to achieve their soul's calling. And the first and foundational step is called lightening the load, and lightening the load to different aspects of their life. And I call these the 3 spheres of life. So the surrounding space, when it's lightened, people have more space mentally and physically to save more time. And also the second sphere is helping them to lighten the load to their self-image. And when their self-image is lightened, they feel more at ease with themselves and they are able to start living their own life according to themselves, as opposed to the shoulds. I should be a good girl, etc. And then the last sphere is the soul. So when a soul is lightened, they're able to live out their soul's calling. So one very quick tip that I like to introduce to clients is to lighten their load to their surroundings. And looking at the surrounding space, we might see that there are duplicates of things. So a very common thing is in our drawers, we might have duplicates of a bunch of different pens, some working, some not, some of those crappy pens from the hotel. So taking it in your hand, taking stock and seeing which is my favorite, taking that one favorite pen, and then taking the rest and asking yourself, should I recycle it? Should I reuse it? Those R's that you talk about so succinctly. And then for me, I say just lighten the load to the rest. So maybe you can talk a little bit more about the happy R's, because I know that you have such a strong background on environment and how to reuse things to become more happy. So I think my question back to you is, I would love to learn about your process.
Yes, well, our process is about the happy hours, that those hours bring happiness and sustainability to our lives. And for me, the first R that they go along with you as well is just recharge, because we are so into running and running and running that we don't take the time to recharge and really have that time with us. I know that our conversation before was about how do we gain more time, because we want to gain those 5 minutes to rest more, we want to gain those 5 minutes to live more, because we tend to get into this just wheel of running with no sense, right? So take the time to recharge. And to take the time to recharge, we also have the second R to redefine who you are, what do you want, who do you want to be as a mother, as a woman, as a wife. Because sometimes we think, oh, mothers have to do all of these things. Mothers should do all these things. Should we really? I mean, this is not a revolution, but it could start like that. I mean, should we really? Because the job, and I love the way my mother had taught me, but the the job as a mother is to create children who are independent and who can really enjoy their lives. And if we tend to do it all for them, then we're not giving them that opportunity. We're taking away that opportunity from them to learn how to do things by themselves, so they can actually go and be a happy human being. So that will be the second R, right? Redefine who you want to be or who you are. And then the third R is reprogram. Because we have talked right now, we have talked a lot about, well, lightening your load, let's do this, let's do that. And I think the majority of us know what we need to do. That doesn't mean that we do it, right? That doesn't mean that we go from the knowing to doing. So how do we reprogram our brain? How do we actually start doing the things that we know we need to do and we want to do? Janet was telling you, go get those pens and really choose the one that bring you joy and the one that you are happy using it, and let go the other ones. And we're not suggesting it just to throw it in the trash. There's many ways that in your country, because right now we have here friends from the future, and here it's almost 6 in the morning, and over there it's almost what, 8 at night?
Yes.
Almost 8, see? So 8 p.m. So the thing is that there's always opportunity for the things that we have. There's always an opportunity for us to give it away to someone that really needs it or really is going to use it. It's not going to become a load for somebody else. It's going to become a joy. So how do we do that, right? How do we find that people? I even suggest to apply the reprogram. The reprogram has to be done on the spot, because we think, oh yeah, tomorrow I clean this. Tomorrow I will pick it up, and that tomorrow never gets. That tomorrow you never go. And then I suggest to have like a corner of things to let go. So if you're walking in your house and you see something that is not useful or is not valuable for you anymore, just take it and put it in that corner. And then at the end of the week, you have that corner with a lot of things, and it's actually going to bother you more, because you're going to have that corner looking at you like, I don't belong here. I don't have a home. Like, I love the way you said it, Janet, or in our last tag is, okay, if it doesn't have a home, then you need to let it go, right?
Yeah.
And then the 4R will be revalue. Revalue, it's everything. I think the revalue part can apply in the three areas that you're talking about, in the surroundings, in your self-image, in your soul. What are those values for you? What are those values that you want to go through your life, and are you really living it? If you have the value of love, for example, you say, well, one of my values is really loving people. Well, are you loving people, or are you using your time to clean, to run errands, to do all of these other things? And yes, we need to run errands. We have things to do, but if you have so much clutter in your life, in your surroundings, in yourself, in your soul, that clutter is not really letting you live your values. Where we spend our time and where we spend our money, it's the values that we have. It's really the values that we're living. So how do we revalue those if they're not aligned with who you are? And then finally, rediscover. Because I think that if you take the time to contact Janet, to contact me, because we're going to leave here oral contact information. Today, you say, you know what? I am not happy with my life. Or, you know what? I can be happier. I can enjoy more. And you contact us today. You're going to see there are methods, either one, come and bring you that joy, that happiness in your life, that alignment that we all are looking for. Because at the end of the day, you want to be happy, you want to enjoy, and this is something sustainable. The reason why I met with Janet and we want to have this conversation is because we've been in the dark place, we've been in the other place, and we knew there was a better way, and we wanted to find that better way. And if you can see, our methods are called different, our methods have different tools, but both of them are scientific proven tools. We have the experience, and we know how to walk with you to get you to that better place. So I hope those 5 R's, and I didn't say the last one. The last one is rediscover. Rediscover your life. Once you apply the other 4 R's, you're going to be rediscovering. Once you apply the life habits with Janet, you're also going to be rediscovering that new you, that new life that you are called to live today. So thank you so much, Janet, for being here in this second part of our conversation. Hopefully, all of you just do it today. Do it right now. Click on the links below and let's keep this conversation going.
Thank you so much.